Hey. Um, good evening. Uh, yeah, good evening. It's 10:48 p.m. on Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. My name's Jarrett Earl Casey, and I am at my apartment in Midvale, Utah. I had to plug the laptop in, so we're here in my bedroom. So sorry it's not very clean. Oh, can you believe this? That I still live like this. Which is great, which is great. I'm so blessed and so grateful and so thankful to have an apartment of sort of my own. Let me put this here. There we go. And to yeah, to be safe here and cared for and provided for. And to have two jobs. Um, anyways, today was a good day. I got up, I went to the gym for my training appointment. We did my legs and I worked at work today. I kind of went off on my mind a little bit during a meeting. I felt bad about that. I'm trying to stay more focused and productive. It's just a weird job. It's just a weird job. But I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to say this yesterday. I'm very sorry that I mentioned anything about my job. Um, I realized that probably just wasn't what I should do. Um, so I wanted to apologize. I'm going to try and keep these a little bit more focused and a little bit more professional. Not that, I mean, it's just a video journal, but I know there's someone out there watching. Um, and yeah, so yeah, I wanted to apologize. Yesterday was a strange. I got off and I went, why did I say half of that? Like sometimes I'm just talking, and I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. Um, so I was thinking today though about my career path. Just thinking, I don't know if this what I'm doing is really what I'm called to be doing anymore. I really did like being in payroll and human resources. I'm interested in insurance. I think it's cool. But I don't know if it's right for me. I was thinking, what can I do that would get me out of a desk and into something more expressive or creative, something more face to face with people. This whole work from home thing is just not my jam. And yeah, get me interacting again, get me engaged, get me more excited and flowing with the energies. Just, more sharing, I guess, because that kind of brings me up, brings me up. Um, and so I thought, I might want to end up doing like a show. I just don't know if anyone would cast me because I'm not very good looking. And I'm getting older and I haven't been in many shows, but I thought I could do something like that. Um, I don't know. I'm really at a loss. I really am, but it's gonna be on my mind this next year. I've got to be able to make at least a certain amount of money. Kind of what I make right now is with my level of because I really don't spend that much money. I mean, I spend a little bit, but with my level of debt that I'm trying to pay and things, it's kind of the minimum that I can make. and keep going without sinking down. And of course, I've got to maintain a balance between trying to work. Right now I'm working these two jobs, trying to work and pay things off and get caught up financially, which is going to take a decade probably. Um, and being able to balance my life and feel like I'm living a fulfilling life where I can connect with people and make time for things I'm interested in, and not get depressed or feel like it's pointless or hopeless, or relapse or anything like that, which I obviously don't plan on doing. I'm actually very proud of myself. But so it's going to be an interesting year, I think, the next 12 months, just continuing on in my recovery and trying to navigate those financial waters to move into the next step, which would be, my tax debt with Utah is going to be done. It really is already because I have an offset from the federal government that should be applied, but it just hasn't gotten to them yet. I don't know. It's taking forever, but that'll be paid off. But my student loans will be coming up out of rehabilitation, and I'm going to try and do a consolidation. I was talking about this, and hopefully save some money. I'll probably only have the car until August once I get it in January, probably. So, I want to make use of that and try and see if I can get another car. So there's going to be a lot of bills coming into my life next year. I paid some bills off this year. Those were collection accounts. Next year, I'm going to be having more payments coming in. But those will also be paying things off. And I think I'm just going to be continuing to tread water. I'll try and save a little bit of money. Or maybe something will come up. So we'll see. But that's kind of where I'm at. Anyways, I don't know why we're talking about this. I said I was going to try and keep it more focused. So today I'm just really hoping for the future. I'm hoping for a kind of a washing over of all of us of forgiveness. I know that I can certainly offer more of that to myself and to my brothers and sisters. And I'm talking about true forgiveness. So not only looking at shortcomings or mistakes or sins or errors or whatever and saying, oh, you have this and this and this, but hey, I forgive you. But practicing true forgiveness and being able to look past that as Christ does and just see the pure and beautiful person that's there and extend the benefits of that sight to them and say, hey, you're amazing. And then if they go, oh, yeah, but this and this and this, I'll go, oh, okay, well, yeah, well, we can get that corrected or we can help you with that. But that's not who you are. You're perfect, right? And I want to work on that. And I want to work on that with myself because right now I'm finding myself saying, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm a terrible person. Oh, I just want to die. Why doesn't someone kill me? A lot of things like that are starting to come into my inner dialogue, which is very damaging. I don't want to hear that all day. And so I'm trying to turn that around a little bit. Oh, it's been a off and on thing my whole life. I used to do it when I was a kid too. And then I'd be all happy, go lucky, positive, 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 and then I'd have a year or so where I would just be like, I just want to die. Everyone hates me. I'm so stupid. And I'd be like 7 or 8 years old. So I don't know why I've struggled with that my whole life, but I have. And this is certainly one of those years, but I'm going to keep trying to not think that way and replace it with something nice to say. Because it just doesn't serve me and doesn't serve anyone else. But I'm going to go grab the course, and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm walking all weird. I'll tell you what. I need to spray something here. This gets kind of stale, you know. I usually like to keep the windows open, but in the winter, it's just too cold. So it's, you know, during the day I should open them, let it air out a little bit. But anyways, this is A Course in Miracles, chapter 11, God or the Ego. Introduction. Either God or the ego is insane. If you will examine the evidence on both sides fairly, you will realize this must be true. Neither God nor the ego proposes a partial thought system. Each is internally consistent, but they are diametrically opposed in all respects, so that partial allegiance is impossible. Remember, too, that their results are as different as their foundations, and their fundamentally irreconcilable natures cannot be reconciled by vacillations between them. Nothing alive is fatherless, for life is creation. Therefore, your decision is always an answer to the question, who is my father? And you will be faithful to the father you choose. Okay, sorry. Yet, what would you say to someone who believed this question really involves conflict? If you made the ego, how can the ego have made you? The authority problem is still the only source of conflict because the ego was made out of the wish of God's Son to father him. The ego then is nothing more than a delusional system in which you made your own father. Make no mistake about this. It sounds insane when it is stated with perfect honesty, but the ego never looks on what it does with perfect honesty. Yet that is its insane premise, which is carefully hidden in the dark cornerstone of its thought system. And either the ego which you made is your father, or its whole thought system will not stand. You make by projection, but God creates by extension. The cornerstone of God's creation is you, for his thought system is light. Remember the rays that are there unseen. The more you approach the center of his thought system, the clearer the light becomes. The closer you come to the foundation of the ego's thought system, the darker and more obscure becomes the way. Yet even the little spark in your mind is enough to lighten it. Bring this light fearlessly with you and bravely hold it up to the foundation of the ego's thought system. Be willing to judge it with perfect honesty. So I like that because sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, it is getting kind of dark and obscure in life. I'm like, am I getting closer to the foundation of the ego's thought system? Of course, if you're going to heal something, you've got to heal it from the roots, right? From the foundation. So I guess that's not, I don't know. I might be trying to justify things, but so I do like that he says right after that, yet even the little spark in your mind is enough to lighten it. So we bring that light with us, and we can lighten even the cornerstone of the ego thought system. Bring this light fearlessly with you and bravely hold it up to the foundation of the ego's thought system. Be willing to judge it with perfect honesty. Open the dark cornerstone of terror on which it rests and bring it out into the light. There you will see that it rested on meaninglessness, and that everything of which you have been afraid was based on nothing. My brother, you are a part of God and part of me. When you have at last looked at the ego's foundation without shrinking, you will also have looked upon ours. I come to you from our Father to offer you everything again. Do not refuse it in order to keep a dark cornerstone hidden, for its protection will not save you. I give you the lamp, and I will go with you. You will not take this journey alone. I will lead you to your true Father, who hath need of you as I have. Will you not answer the call of love with joy? So I like this here. I like this a lot. So even when it seems to get dark or obscure, remember that you carry a light within you that can lighten that whole experience up. You can dissipate the darkness and fill it completely with light, and you carry that light with you. And he shines it through you too, because your light is his light, and his light is your light. So I really love that. I feel like I used to shine light all the time, and I still do. I just feel I feel so diminished this year. Um, very diminished, but not not so much that I can't keep moving forward, or that I don't believe I could ever come back out from that and start shining my light so brightly again like I used to. And that gives me hope. So I don't want to vacillate between the ego and God's mind anymore. I just want to exist wholly and completely in God's mind. So I'm hoping that this experience in my life, or this life, um, can be brought to that, and that can be honored and upheld. That my life can be honored and upheld, as I know that it can be and it should be, um, and transformed, because I know that I'm worth it. I know that we all are. I know that you are. Um, I know that your life can be honored and upheld and transformed, and that it will be, right. That all lives will be. How else would he have it? I know. And then I just love that he says, "Hey, look, you're a part of God. You're a part of me." And look upon that ego foundation and just keep standing tall in Christ and in God, or with Christ and with God. And just know that you're loved, and that Jesus gives us the lamp and goes with us, and that we are not alone. And I know that I'm not alone. I feel very lonely quite often, and I was just speaking with my coworker on the way home about dating and how it just doesn't come naturally to me. I mean, I think it comes. I think being with someone that you love, or being interested in falling in love with someone, does come naturally to people, but I'm out of practice. So that's what I meant by it doesn't come naturally to me. I just don't know what to do. And I've got my things I'm trying to overcome in life, the new awareness I'm trying to figure out, like what it means, what's going on, does it mean anything, should I ignore it? Um, I haven't been in a serious relationship in 10 years. I don't go on dates. I don't do anything with anyone, and I'm starting to get older. I'm not really very attractive anymore. And I'm like, I think I'm ready to date. And I look terrible, but like of course it would happen that way, if this had been 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I think I would have been able to find a couple of prospective guys to date and maybe fallen in love, but this now it's going to be really difficult, but I still want to do it. I don't want to be alone. I would want to be in a loving relationship. I want someone to talk to just put my arm around or spend time with, learn from, challenge, teach, care for, dream with. Those are all things that I want for my life. So hoping that they can come true. I just don't know where to start. I think I'm going to start next year, so that's where I'll start. Anyways, I thought about reading the next thing. It's 3 pages though, and it's 11. I'm going to go to bed. I got to be up at 5. So I love you so much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being patient, understanding with me, and God bless. Take care. How do I do that? Yeah, you